Hey, what's going on? Gonna make a quick video here, a series of videos actually, of a sealed Dominaria United tournament. It is 2,000 gems, but I should be able to make back most of them through my wins here. So let's see what we get. Open up 6. Oh, nice. Got a Planeswalker here. This is cool for my collection, let alone for the event here. White, green have some very strong creatures in here. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature or Planeswalker card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put it down on your library. Distribute 3+1/+1 counters up to 3 targets. They gain vigilance. Whenever you cast a Planeswalker spell, target opponent gets 2 poison counters. That's not going to be good. Completed. Can be paid with green, white, or 2 life. If life was played, enters with 2 fewer counters. So it's really inexpensive. Allows you to reveal your cards, put them in your hand, and add a couple counters. Outside of that, 5 cost flying 4/3 has additional cost to blue permanent spells. You may pay 2. This reduces the amount of mana you pay every time you cast a blue spell. Draw a card. So there's a similar white spell or white creature. It's a 5/5 vigilance. Allows you to pay 2 life instead of 1 planes. Okay, this card, 2 cost, 1/1. Other elves you control get +1/+1 whenever you cast an S spell. You may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. 2 cost, 2/2. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter. When it dies, distribute all the +1/+1 counters on target creatures you control or X. Wow, that's actually a really good card. And in combination with this +1/+1 counters, definitely going green. 3 cost, 3/3 at the beginning of your end step. You may sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that shares a land type. For each opponent who doesn't, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. That could be interesting if I can get some creatures going, or token creatures I should say, things to start sacrificing or something that compounds with sacrificing. 2 cost, 3/1. Whenever it attacks, target creature with power less than can't block this turn. For 6 cost, Firebrand gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. This costs less each basic land. Okay, so if you're using like a 3-land deck, that'll only cost 3 to get +2/+2. So those are the rares. Let's see all of the commons here. This is actually where the money is. So let's see what kind of commons here. Destroy target tapped creature. That's pretty good. 1 cost. Kicker allows you to scry 2. A 1 cost. Destroy target tapped. Sorcery is pretty good. Destroy creature 4 or greater. Destroy target enchantment. That's very good. This will compound with green if we do. And counters. There you go. +1/+1 counter if kicked. 2/2. 2 cost, 2/2 with first strike. Very nice. If you gain life, gain that much plus, and it gives +1/+1 for some cost. That's cool. 2 cost, 2/3 enters the battlefield. It was kicked. Return target creature from your graveyard. Wow, it's pretty good with lifelink. That is a beautiful card. So it looks like I'm going green and white so far. When a opponent becomes tapped, gain 1 life. Now, this is a cool combo because there is a new effect called Enlist that allows you to attack with 1 creature and enlist another creature, and combined their 2 attack powers, and it taps that creature. So if I attack with another creature that has Enlist, and I choose Herbalist as the enlisted creature, it will tap it. I will gain 1 life, and its 2 attack power will add to the attacking creature. Neat little combo. Yeah, +1/+1 counter on target creature. That does not expire at the end of turn. That stays. It also gains life leak and indestructible until the end of turn. That is a really good card. Up to 2 target creatures untap. They each get +2/+2 until end of turn. Cool counter. 2/1 flying. Gains 2 life. Creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. They also gain trample. That's actually... That could be cool if you had a lot of small creatures, or, you know, you're building creatures, which a lot of these sealed games, that's what happens, is you've got 4 creatures, they've got 4 creatures, and you're kind of just tit for tat for a little while. Something like this can kind of turn the tide. This is a really cool card. It costs 1 less for each creature you control with a 4/4 vigilance. So late game, or even relatively early game, if you've got a couple +1, 1/1 creatures out, this is only a 2 cost, 3 cost, 4/4 with vigilance. So that's what we've got for white. Let's see what we've got for blue. 1/1 flying for 1 cost. If it was kicked, put 2/+1/+1 counters on it. But if you tap it, target land becomes a land of your choice. That's kind of neat. Counter spell, always good. Target creature puts 3 stun counters on it. Now, stun counter. If permanent with stun counter would become untapped, remove 1 stun counter instead. So this allows you to tap a target creature for essentially 3 turns and scry 1 card for only 2. That's actually pretty good. 2 counter target non-creature spells. That could come in handy. If spell was kicked, create a 1/1 soldier token, counter target spell, unless it's... Okay, so I've got a couple counters here. Draw cards. If spell was kicked, each opponent discards a card. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Draw a card. If the spell was kicked, you gain 3 life. So far, I've got some good green, black, white combos here. So I probably will skip the black kicker card. But so far it looks like I can do some good blue and white and green deck here. Let's see what the rest of the cards are. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top X of your cards. It's got domain. Domain means the amount of land types you control. So if you have a plains, you have a mountains, you have a swamp, that's 3 different land types. I would look at 3 different cards when it enters the battlefield. You may put one of those cards on top of your library. Yeah, it's okay. A 3/2 for 2 with that. This is a 4 cost 3/2 flying. When it dies, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one in your hand, one in your graveyard. Okay, we looked at this one already. This spell costs 1 less for each instant or sorcery card. This could be a very effective card too. 5/5 with a 2 ward. By the time I've casted a couple instant or sorceries, we're pretty good. Oof, gosh. This is where it gets hard because there's a lot of good cards. Death Touch. This is an amazing card that I've used in my other sealed events. 1/1 flying, 1 cost, allows me to use Death Touch. Absolutely amazing. Destroy target creature for 1 cost. If you have any tokens or anything, very good. Because you have to sacrifice a creature. 2 cost. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it and discard. Very good in a sealed event where there's only 40 cards. Target creature gets -2/-2. Very good. For 2 costs. 3, target player discards 2 cards. Shoot, this is going to be difficult. Begin your hand step. Yep, we already looked at this one. You draw a card and lose 1 life when this enters the battlefield. Not too bad. That's another good one. Compounds with white. If it was kicked, add 2 white soldier tokens, sacrifice another creature. Oh, Warhorse gets +2/+1. Excuse me. It's a 3/3 for 4 costs with a decent scaling ability. This is a 4-cost 2/2 flying, which allows a boost of +1/+1. That's actually not too bad. 1 cost less for each creature in your grave card. 5/5 Death Touch. Again, theme there. Could be pretty cool. Not as impressed with black, though there is some discard and Death Touch that could be very handy. Target creature gets +3/+0 and gains first strike. That's pretty nice for 2 cost. Enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls to its hand. If it was kicked, that would make it a 5-cost card. Um, 2/2 for 2 allows you to discard and draw. Not so bad. We looked at this one. +2/+2. This is nice. Destroy target artifact, creature with defender, or deals 1 damage to each creature your opponents control. What's this enchantment? Create an 0/2 colorless artifact with flying. Tap any number of artifacts you control. When you do, gains that much damage to target creature or planeswalker. Oh, it's pretty cool. If you were able to get a couple of those, up to 1 target artifact control becomes an artifact creature with base power 4/4 until end of turn. Not too bad for 2 costs. You can play around with that one. 3 cost instant with a 1 kicker, deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. That is nice because it allows you to attack planeswalkers. If spell is kicked, you gain 4 life. Here is Enlist with Trample. This is actually a really good card. 3/4 for 4 cost with Trample. This allows me to enlist another creature, a 3 cast, a 3 power, 4 power, etc., and make this a 6 or 7 attack with Trample. Not much red here. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power amongst creatures you control. That's an interesting. If you combined that with an enlist, this is only a 3 cost or a 3 power creature, but if I enlist another creature and make it a 6 or a 7, this is a very cheap 5/5 trample. Then I can enlist a 5/5 into a 3/4 and make that an 8/4 with trample. But green is where I was looking at. This is going to be my money here, I believe. Very cool. Target creature you control deals damage equal to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. Keyword or planeswalker. That's really unique, unlike fight, which only applied to creatures. A 2-cost kicker. Target gets +3/+3. If you have a kicker, instead gets 4/4 with trample and haste. Kind of nice. We looked at this. Other elves get +1/+1. I'm not sure how many elves we're going to have here. Again, looked at this one. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter. That is actually really good. Definitely putting that into our deck here. Okay, what do we got? Gets +1/+1 for each basic land type. Pretty cool. Okay, 2-cost kicker. Exile target artifact or enchantment. If it was kicked, exile target non-land permanent. So that's actually pretty cool. It's kind of expensive. It's a 4-cost removal, artifacts or enchantments. But green doesn't have many removal spells, so that's unique. 2-cost with a kicker, blue. 2/2 enters the battlefield. If it was kicked, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put the rest, put them in. It's okay. Wow, perfect. 1/1 Death Touch adds mana of any color. It is 3-cost, but Death Touch is fucking amazing. 2/5 with Enlist. 4/4 with Reach. Vigilance and Trample, very cool. And costs 1 less for each basic land type among lands you control. And it's a 4/6. Pretty cool. And let's look over here. What else? Ooh, we've got some goodies. Okay. Blue and white land. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a token. So this can compound with, excuse me, a couple of the token cards I was speaking about earlier. We can look into that, but this will be a 5-cost 3/3 flying. Pretty cool card here. It actually compounds, like you say, with the creating a token. Sacrifice another creature, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Now this is a 3-cost 3/3 with menace. That in itself is pretty good. Now you start sacrificing token creatures and every creature gets +1/+1. Very unique. Now we've got a blue-black, a black-green, a red-green, and let us see here, a 4-cost 3/3. Whenever it attacks, look at the top card of your library. If it's a library or land, put it in your. That's pretty cool. If you didn't put a land card in the battlefield this way, create a token. Very cool. So it looks like I'll have some token. Green, blue land creatures you control have flying. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if you control 7 or more lands, up to 1 land becomes a 3/3 elemental creature with flying. Interesting. This is going to be a little bit harder of a build than previous. 2/4 flying elf. 4 costs. When it deals damage to combat player, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of basic land types. But then, if there are 5 basic land types among lands you control, draw a card. Okay, let's see. Artifacts. 2 cost, +2/+1, 2 to equip. If it is legendary, has trample and haste. Oops, did not mean to do that. Shite. There we go. 1 cost, 0/3 defender. Until end of turn, target creature with defender gains haste and can attack as though it did not have a hand. Defender, and assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Interesting. Add 1 mana of any color. That's actually pretty cool. Enters the battlefield. Add 1 mana of any color. Okay. So, this is going to be really interesting, but I like some of the white removal. So we are adding a destroy target tap creature. If the spell is kicked, scry 1. Very cool. We are doing destroy target creature or enchantment. Instant. Human Druid, 2/2 for 2 cost. Kicker adds a counter to another card. Boom. This card is going to be a lifesaver here. A 2/2 2 cost first strike. and allows you to gain an additional 1 life. I'm not sure I have much that adds life. Dawn's like it's +1/+1 for 2 cost. Fuck yeah. Another one. Oh, there you go. 2/3. Done. Becomes tapped, gain life. Life link. Untap up to 2 counters. They get +2/+2 until end of turn. I'm going to go back for sorcery spells. I'm going to add, 2 2/1 flying. Cost 1 less for each creature. Done. Okay, so now I have to decide if I want blue. I'm not going to use red. Now, where I'm going is green. Other elves you cast. This will be nice. This would be nice for black. Be nice with blue. 2/2 for 2. Okay, so this is a 2/5 with enlist. Enlist will be nice, but 4/4 with reach for 4 cost, I'm definitely taking that. 5/4 vigilance, and this will not cost me 8 because of the land. So if I have 3 land types in there, it'll be a 5 cost 4/6, so we'll take that. But okay. I don't know if I really like this. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature, planeswalker, put it in your hand. Otherwise, so you come in, you play it for 4 cost, 3 cost, or 2 life. But it does allow you poison counters whenever you cast a creature. Interesting. I am definitely going to try that. What do we have here? Green, white, green, blue. Let's see. 2/4 flying. Yeah, let's do it. Land creatures you control have flying if you control 7 or more lands. It's still a 3/3 for 3 costs. I don't know if I'm gonna use red. Let's give it a shot. I'm just going for it. Let's see here. What do I want from red? Nope. I know I'm going way over here, but I'm gonna be able to remove some lands, I think. Okay, so this is a very poorly designed deck. It looks like it's mostly green, white. So let's remove the red from here. And now we've got a little bit of blue we can play with. Blue and white. We are going to remove blue and black, though I really like this card. Okay, so we're going to go blue. Counter target spell, counter target non-creature spell, counter, draw a card if kicked, and let's see what else we've got. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we are mostly white as expected. 2 sorceries, 6 instants is what I'm looking at. 12 lands. So we'll pop that on there because it has ward, which is nice. Got spot for 1 card. Enters, look at the top X. That allows me to put land into play. I'll do that. And let's see what we've got here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Land is really light. Cost 1 less for each land you control. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. So we're blue, green, and white. Let's give it a go. Okay, so I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for following through with me while I ramble and explain this. And I will make individual videos for each of the matches.